Hey guys, good afternoon. Kevin Barnes here. I am doing a review today on Sevr's ROBUSTO 2.0 Broadhead. I just wrapped up my bow season here in Kentucky. I took down 3 deer, got 1 tag left. I want to save that for rifle season coming up this next weekend. And all I can say is I have been very impressed with the Sevr 2.0 ROBUSTO. This is my first year using them. All 3 deer that I shot had some great wounds to them. I shot a 8-point buck on opening morning. He ran maybe 45-50 yards and crashed. Then I got a doe that same weekend, kind of a shoulder shot on her, but she went about 200-300 yards, but we were able to retrieve her as well. And although that was a shoulder shot, I'll show you why I have faith in the Sevr, and I believe that is the reason why this particular deer went down. And then I got another doe this past weekend, and she went maybe 25-30 yards at best before she crashed. So what I really like about the Sevr is the aerodynamics of it. When you get your package, it comes in a box, mailing address and everything on the back, and when you open it up, your broadheads are inside, all individually packaged. So when you buy the Sevr broadheads, you go to their website and you order them by a single unit, and it comes in this nice little plastic container. Inside that plastic container, you're not only going to find your broadhead, you're going to find some O-rings that keep the blades in place, and you're also going to find a blade locking tool along with an Allen wrench for changing out the blades if you ever have to, and I'll go into this a little bit more in just a second. So again, what I love about the ROBUSTO is how aerodynamic it is, how low profile it is. This gets such a good flight, just as good as my field tips, if not better, because it's such low profile. It's got a nice chisel tip on it and a couple wings there. The O-ring sits right down in this crevice here, and when you screw it into your bolt, it actually sits flush. There's no gap there, whatever. It's kind of tailored so that when this screws in, it sits up there flush to the bolt. So when this arrow flies, this broadhead flies, and it impacts, it's going to hit the animal and send out these wings. They'll cut right through that rubber band, that O-ring, and deploy the blades. Now that the blades are deployed, they lock into place, so the broadhead cannot close back up on you. Alright, as I mentioned, one of the does that I got was a shoulder shot. She came in behind me. I had to turn, shoot around a tree, although she prevented a good shot. You know, it happens where your placement just misses, and I hit the shoulder. So the way that these work is, although these 2 blades lock together, they can also pivot. So when this broadhead went into her and hit the shoulder, this blade collapses in and allows this blade to continue to cut and make its way through the animal. So a lot of blades, if they fully locked, it hits, it's going to divert the broadhead or even stop the broadhead. With the Sevr ROBUSTO 2.0, this blade just collapses down and allows this blade to continue doing its job and cuts right through. So although I hit the shoulder on one side, the other blade continued, ended up getting a double lung shot. She ran a couple hundred yards and fell. But these blades, as I mentioned, lock back into place. So when you open it up, you have this little red toolkit here. Alright, and this toolkit allows you to collapse those blades back down in. Alright, so what you do is you push them, and if you look, you can see how those blades touch right there. You just take this tool, separate the blades a little bit, stick it in there, and close them back up, and that allows separation between those 2 blades, and you can collapse it right back in, put on a new O-ring, screw her on to your broadhead, and you're good to go for your next hunt. You can also order replacement blades. I had to do that because the first deer that I shot, the buck that I shot on opening morning, when it went through, it actually did bend one of my blades when it came out the other side, and I'm assuming hit a tree or hit a rock. So one of my blades bent. So little Allen screw right here. Again, the tools included in the kit. Just undo that, slide the new blade in, put the Allen screw back in, and collapse the blades back in, put your O-ring on, and you're good to go. Again, the flight on these things is amazing. It's a full 2-inch cut. When you extend these blades out, they extend out to a full 2 inches. They're strong, chisel point. I don't think that I will ever put another broadhead on my crossbow again. I've just been so impressed with these Sevrs. I'll put a couple photos of the deer that I got this year and the size of the holes on impact, and I think I have a couple shots of where the broadhead actually exited the animal, so I'll post them as well. But go to Sevr's website, order these today if you're a bow hunter, crossbow hunter. I don't think that you'll be disappointed. These have truly, remarkably been incredible for me this year. I won't go back to anything else.